Shalom. We back. Let's go to 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter and 33rd verse. It says, "For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints." So, you see, we done went through how Samson messed up, Solomon messed up, and many men have messed up through following women. The first thing he told Adam was, because you hearken, because you listened to your woman and did what she said, followed her, regardless of what kind of enticement she used, because, you know, Eve probably was the baddest woman walking. And she probably whispered in his ears. Next thing you know, pooh. You said the woman you gave me, she fooled me. Like we just read, Adam wasn't deceived, but the woman being in the transgression. So she had some means to be able to do it if she did. The thing about it is, he knew. He knew. Most I had told him. And he told Eve, because she said it. So there's no excuses. There's gonna be no excuses. No excuses. There's gonna be no excuse for us because it's too much that's been given in the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of this word for anyone to say, I didn't know. There's no reason for you not to know, because all you gotta do is ask. And the answer can be found out. If you really, really care. Look at before we go to 1 Corinthians 14, we went there already. I'm gonna go to in the Apocrypha, go to 2 Ezra 7th chapter. Verse 48. 2 Ezra 7th chapter, verse 48. "O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone." Remember, he said, you eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, in that day you're going to die. Ain't nobody lived a day. A day to the Most High is 1,000 years. "Thou art not fallen alone, Adam, but we all that come of thee," and we all come from Adam. You come from Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons, that populated the earth after the flood. "What profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death?" See, he was promised it. You can eat of what? The tree of life and live forever. But don't eat of the tree or the knowledge of good and evil. And when you really look at it spiritually, Mashiach HaShai is that tree of life. But as an angel, as a spirit. Don't follow them other knuckleheads over there that's in the world doing all kind of crazy stuff. These other nations, no different. Ain't nothing new under the sun. We read that. Ain't nothing new under the sun. It's already been of old. But here we are. We're going to lock into these other trees that the Most High made. That's corrupt. And became corrupt. Then we all die. We're supposed to be living forever. So now, here we are. Got to read with understanding these scriptures to come back to the Most High. 1 Corinthians 14:33. "The Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. So let your women keep silence in the churches." So the Most High first, he said, Most High ain't the author of confusion. So he said, let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. Now, where's he talking about? Go back to the law. Genesis 3. This is why a lot of women don't like Paul's writings. Go back to Genesis 3 and 16. Unto the woman, he said, this is the law, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So, 1 Corinthians 14 and 34, let your women learn, keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak. So, when you're doing this on your own, you sinning. But they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. For it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. So a lot of women, they still have that church mentality. They don't like Paul because he's saying this, because they want to run their mouth. But you got to look at what he said. Verse 33, for the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints are the 12 tribes of Israel. We know that, Psalms 148:14. So he's talking about confusion, first and foremost, because he said, hey, that's nothing to do with verse 32, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, meaning they're going to keep coming in the lineage of the prophets. This right here starts this conversation. Another conversation, for the Most High is not the author of confusion. It has nothing to do with what we just read. He said the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace. This is how you have peace, by not having confusion, as in all churches of the saints. You see? Then he says, let your woman keep silence in the churches. Let your woman keep silence in the churches. Be quiet. Shekwat. Be quiet in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the law. So that's why he said, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. So the husbands supposed to be teaching their wives. But it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. I wonder how many women really believe this. Oh, that's just what Paul said. But Paul said he was rolling with the Spirit of the Most High. What? Came the word of the Most High out from you? From all we done went over? Came the word of the Most High out from you, or came it unto you only? Verse 40, let all things be done decently and in order. Is that what we're dealing with? We're dealing with order. Let all things be done decently and in order. So, it's very important because think about it. If you have, let's take a scenario of two women, they're talking in the church, they're running their mouth. One have an opinion, and another have a different opinion. And then another woman come up and she have a different opinion. And somebody else is like, they agree with the second one. And everybody, that's confusion. That causes confusion. That's why he's saying, hey, you want to ask anything? Let them ask them in the their husband at the church, or privately with the priest. Like even the Catholic churches have what they call confession, right? Where they come up and talk to the priest. You can give them an answer. Women do that. That don't have a husband. They do that. They on my conference call. They ain't blurting out this, that, and the third. They do that on their private time. Ask questions or whatever they want. Because it could be confusing. Because if everybody be like you, if you're one that's really opinionated and really talking a lot, talking, then everybody else start talking, then it's caused confusion. You know, it's got to be directed by the priest so that, or the leader, whoever it is, allows it. But sometimes you're not going to be able to do that. Majority of the time. So there'll be no confusion. That's why it says, 1 Corinthians 2 and 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Are you hearing this? It said, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. So, you know, it's amazing because these are the reason why people don't like Paul's writings. It's mainly women. And some men so weak that they cater to women, they won't even deal with this. They don't even read this. They don't deal with wicked women scriptures and so forth. How you have a woman, you don't teach her how she's wicked, how she could be wicked. And they be wicked coming up their own vain opinion because Satan had got into them. And they don't realize it. But they think they roll in the spirit. Listen, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, being subject to her man. They're learning quietly. But I suffer not a woman to teach. So a woman ain't supposed to be teaching. This is in the church. Men. Because they go what? Nor to usurp authority over the man. You got women preachers. You got women that's out there that feel that they just as important as the man with the Most High. I mean, Satan take everybody. He don't care. You come as you are. You come as you are with him. Most High got orders. The Most High, Mashiach h.o.i, man, then woman. We read that. That don't change. Most High don't change. Mashiach h.o.i the same yesterday, today, and forever. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. That's what he's letting you know. A woman that's supposed to be teaching a man. And the men that have wives supposed to be taking in all that they can take in from the wife and make the right decision. See what Adam did? For you that's not in the spirit to understand, he listened to a woman and he did what she said do that was contrary to what the Most High said. We have the Bible. We got all this to go by. There's no excuse for us. We have no excuse, men, because you have all this to go by. We got all our peoples, our ancestors' writings right here concerning what we need to deal with to make it to the kingdom. Our names will be written in the book of life. There's no excuses. That's why Mashiach h.o.i say when you come in front of him, that's bringing the judgment of the Most High. There's no excuses. You say, the problem is that work iniquity, I never knew you because your mind was thinking wrong. Your actions, your speech, your thoughts was all wrong. I can say, get away from me. I don't know you. Listen. 1 Timothy 2 and 12, but I suffer not a woman to teach. I mean, you can teach the children. And women supposed to be teaching the older women. The younger women. That's the teacher. But women want to be on the same position of a man. And the most they're going to smash you. You'll be like, why this is happening to me? Because you're going to continue being in the curses because he said, hey, but Deuteronomy 28:15 to 68 are them curses. You're going to stay in that curse. Well, you want to be blessed, you got to do what he say do. It's not hard because I know there's a lot of women that's doing this. They doing it. And they happy. They're not really sad. They ain't trying to cause no rift or nothing. They doing it. So don't say it can't be done. They're doing it. It's being done. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. That means to have power, rulership, and authority over the man. You do that, I mean, look, get an example in scriptures. Go to Wisdom of Solomon. No, Ecclesiasticus. That's what I want. Ecclesiasticus 25 and verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impotence, and much reproach. Hear that? She's unwise and disgraceful. She maintained her husband, trying to usurp authority over her husband and so forth. So it says, 1 Timothy 2:12, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Because remember, the Most High is not the author of confusion. That's what he started with. But of peace. There'll be no peace. If you got all these women hackling, and when they come with a disagreement against each other, they're going to really be going at it. Just going at it. That's, it's confusion. Say, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. We read about it in Genesis 3rd chapter. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity, which is love, which is keeping of the commandments, and holiness with sobriety. Being focused and not being drunk, drinking too much. Because you got to understand this and overstand this. Go to Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you. Revelation 12:12. The devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. And this is why. Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So he know he got a short time. So he'll come down with much wrath. Who will come down with much wrath on? Verse 17. And the dragon, which is the devil, serpent that we just read about, Satan. You don't believe it? Go up to verse 9. And the great dragon that we're reading about in verse 17 was cast out. Who is the dragon? That old serpent who we just read about where? In Genesis 3rd chapter. Called the devil. So that's the devil. That was the dragon. That's the devil. And Satan, which deceived the whole world. That's the first lie was told. There it is. You shall not surely die. That's the first lie. Deceive the whole world. From then until the end. Deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth and his angels were cast out with him. That's why you look at that. Whether or not you're dealing with the truth or not, you better know what you're dealing with and how you got to deal with it, because you're going to get understanding through these precepts. Why I say that? Look. 2 Corinthians 11:14. 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So Satan is to transform himself into an angel of light. In these last days, everybody's saying, keep the light. What's the light? Proverbs 6:23. That's why it's very important that you understand how important it is to make this change, to become that new creature, be born again, become that new woman. Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp and the law is light. So Satan done transform himself into an angel that's saying keep the laws. How about that? You hear everybody telling you that. Which one is Satan? Which one the devil? Which one the serpent? You don't know. For the commandment is a lamp and the law is light. And reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Reproofs of instruction showing you how to be righteous in the eyes of the Most High, that your name could be written in the book of life. Ain't nothing more important than that. Point blank. Now, going back to 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. What else is that light? So he done transformed himself into, like he's the law of the Most High. What else the light? Go to John the first chapter. St. John the first chapter. St. John 1 and 3. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. It's a Mashiach h.o.i. as the angel of the Most High in the beginning of the world. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. So Mashiach h.o.i. is the light of men. But Satan appeared as an angel of light, transformed himself into angel of light. You can't deny it. I mean, you look at how they drew the picture of Caesar Borgia, representing Mashiach h.o.i., the so-called white man. Listen, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not. So he's shining in darkness, but Satan appeared as a Mashiach h.o.i. Like he's the anointed Savior. 2 Corinthians 11:14. But no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers, remember Satan gonna be cast down, and his angels, his ministers, that's his angels, also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness. See? Ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. So what's that righteousness? Deuteronomy 6 and 25. That's why it's very important that we look at this spiritually and not just, because a lot of people just want information. You better know how to operate within these words are ways to the kingdom. Spiritually. Deuteronomy 6:25. And it shall be our righteousness. They don't appear as angels or ministers of righteousness. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High, our power, as he hath commanded us. You know, that's why Mashiach say, do as the Pharisees say, but not as they are. Not what they do. So that's why you got to watch. Got to pay attention. A lot of you don't know, you don't even know how to even get in touch with your leaders. You just a bunch of robots and robotees. I call it like I see it. 2 Corinthians 11 and 15. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. Verse 13. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Mashiach. Christ, Jesus Christ. Christ. Mashiach. Yahushua, Yeshua. Well, Yeshaya. It's between all the names that he called, you got to be aware. You have to be aware. Because how many people have followed those that have led them to death? Jim Jones. It's no different. Waco, you name it, the Hellish Comet people with the Nike tennis shoes and so forth. Over and over again. That's why you got to be aware. Spiritually. Tuned in. So that you'll be led astray. And somebody take you on the wrong path. And some have been on the right path and went to another path and they jacked up. They jacked up. So I went there to show you that you got to be aware of who you listening to, who you really going to allow to go into your mind so that you be following the wrong message. So Revelation 12 and 17 says, and the dragon, which is the serpent, which is the devil, which is Satan. And one thing about it, go to verse 3. Version 12 and 3. Find out what color. Because most I deal with color now and then. Here we are here with the color of the serpent, the dragon, the devil, Satan. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, right here on this earth, and behold, a great red dragon. So the dragon is red. The devil is red. The Satan is red. Having 7 heads and 10 horns. Uh-oh. A great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns. And 7 crowns upon his head. So the 7 heads and the 10 horns are the Edomite nation. The Greeks, the Romans, the Spanish, the French, the Germans, the Russians, the British, as they came into power. The Greeks, the Romans, the Spanish, the French, the Germans, the Russians, the British. And the 10 horns are the EEC, the European Economic Community, or the European Community, or they call them NATO. You see, so that's representing something. That's what I say, it's coded. It's a mystery. Well, people come out and look at what these so-called pastors or ministers, what do you want to call them, and all these demon nations, they call denominations, I'll say demon nations, because they are dealing with the truth of the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You will know that you are the children of Israel. And our people will be sitting out there talking about they Gentiles, and they the Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High. Breaking this down, all kind of crazy stuff coming out of their mouth. So we know that the dragon is red, right? Having 7 heads and 10 horns. Ain't no dragon with no 7 heads and 10 horns on his head, no. So now when you go to Genesis 25 and 25, who else is red? Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So it's only red that I see that's coming out from our forefather Isaac and Rebekah. Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. They were fighting in the womb. And his name was called Jacob. You see, it described Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. He was 60 years old when he bare them. So they described Jacob, but he was normal with pigment and melanin. But Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment. It was the beginning of the Edomites, forefather Esau, which would be a so-called indigenous Caucasian today. Because just because they look so-called white don't mean necessarily that they are Caucasian. You know, it's good for them. It's okay for them, I'll say, to be that, since they, you know, Esau is the end of the world. He's ruling now. But all so-called white people are not Caucasian. You know, some could be the seed of Gehazi, who was cursed with leprosy, and his lineage cursed with leprosy. You see, so h.o.i gonna make that judgment when he come. You know, they the wheats and the tares too. They growing together. One thinking that they this one, and that other one thinking they that one, or whatever. Except who they are. As we read here in Revelations, the devil, the dragon, the beast. The beast too is red. Beast is red. Gotta add that to it. The dragon, the serpent, the devil, and Satan, and Esau, the Edomites, and it is what it is. Well, who deceived the whole world? Who lied and said the Most High is so-called white man? Who lied and said the h.o.i is a so-called white man? Who lied and said all the Israelites, people of the Bible, are so-called white people? All you gotta do is get the Bibles. Get the Bibles, open them up. They have pictures in them. You'll see their pictures in them. See, they lied. That's deceit. That's deceiving the whole world. So it is what it is. And going to Revelation 12 and 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman who represents the 12 tribes of Israel. When you read Jeremiah 6 and 2, the Most High has likened the daughter of Zion, with the 12 tribes of Israel, to a comely and delicate woman, beautiful and delicate woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. You hear that, brothers? The remnant of her seeds. Not all of the Israelites. The remnant is the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of the Mashiach Yahushua, have the true testimony of the Mashiach Yahushua. Not as the world has taught you in these demon nations. No. But those that keep the commandments of the Most High, because you try the church, you're not under the law of the Most High. You ain't got to keep the commandments of the Most High. Lies. So that's why it's very important that we look at this and come out of this, that mindset. Look at First Peter's, the first chapter and the 17th verse. It says, and if ye call on the Father, who without respect to persons, as I said, he had no respect to persons. He had respect to Israel, Exodus 2 and 25, but no respect to persons, us as individuals. Judges according to every man's work. Pass the knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. So how are our wives weaker vessels if they feel they just as powerful as a man? Make that make sense to me. But it's saying here, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. So we got to be together, that our prayers don't be hindered. But see, now, with women, they think they can do it however they want to do it. A lot of them have raised their children, and they have to play the man and the woman role, and they become hard and bitter. Or went in the bed with this man, got children by this man, that man, he never found the right man. But when you are with a man, a righteous woman, it says, giving honor unto the wife, men, as unto the weaker vessel. But if a woman is not putting on this role as a weaker vessel, how are you going to give honor to a woman that's contrary to what the scripture says? That's why I say deal with a woman according to knowledge. Giving honor to the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together. You being heirs together, going to inherit the land of Israel together, of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered, that our prayers don't be hindered. Finally, be ye all of one mind. See, thinking the same way. Having compassion one of another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. This ain't no mean spirit in this. This ain't no hate in this. Be courteous, not rendering evil for evil. Don't deal with that. Or railing for railing, arguing all the time, back and forth. That's not righteous. But contrary-wise, blessing. Blessing. Barakatah to those, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil. Refrain your tongue from evil. For all that you've heard, refrain your tongue from evil. Else you're going to draw evil to you. You're going to draw the devil to you. You're going to draw Satan to you. The serpent to you. The dragon to you. The Edomite to you, which is the Most High's sword. In his lips that they speak no guile. Let him eschew evil, hate evil, and do good. Let him seek peace and ensure it. Peaceful, calmness, loving, caring. For the eyes of the Most High are over the righteous. The eyes of the Most High are over the righteous. You see everything 10,000 times brighter than the sun. And his ears are open unto their prayers. The ears are open to their prayers. but the face of the Most High is against them that do evil. He turned his back on you. You don't want to hear what he said, follow his word. As it is written, he say, the face of the Most High is against them that do evil. Straight up. You don't want to do what he say do? He got something for you. And that's, his name is Satan. Just like Job. Most High said, hey, Job was a upright man to shoot evil, all this. But Job thought he was so righteous. That's not all you holy rollers and thinking that because you're doing whatever you're doing, you deserve to make it to the kingdom in your own mind. Can't nobody tell you nothing, you can't be corrected and all that. Nah. Most High sent Satan on him. You better read it. I did a whole lesson on Job, the whole books of Job, all the books of Job. So, but in the end, Job felt that he should be dealt with because he was righteous in his own mind. Nah, that's not marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. That's why you got to humble yourself. That's pride. So what? We keeping the laws of the Most High. We got faith in the h.o.d.c. So what? You hear what we read in Ezra? He put himself there. Daniel prayed, putting himself there with the wicked. You know, all the prophets and Moses praying for Israel. You think he gonna say, oh, they wicked as hell, but I'm righteous. You know I'm righteous, Most High, but they wicked as hell. That's not marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. He ain't hearing that. He don't want to hear that. He wants you to humble yourself and put yourself with those that are not doing what's right. We wicked, we unrighteous. We have sinned against you. We have broken the law, your laws, Most High. Not they have, and I'm so righteous that I know I'm already going to the kingdom. I ask you, what's your number at 144,000? Men. I know some of you women trying to get your number. No, you ain't going to be part of that. It's going to be all men. But you're going to be part of the election. Or the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, because we got to have women to have children. And women going to be there that's going to make it. And some already have passed. People don't even think about that. Ain't nothing new under the sun. What about those that didn't have to come back here that's going to be coming with a Mashiach Yahushua? So that's why it's all about change. All about change. First Peter 3:12. For the eyes of the Most High are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Most High is against them that do evil. And who is he that will harm you if ye be followers of that which is good? We know it's good. Doing what's right in the eyes of the Most High. Following his law, statutes, and commandments. But if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. You doing what's right. So you suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. And be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. I mean, they killed all the prophets. They killed the apostles. They killed the apostles. So, there'll be martyrs of those that live now. That's why he's saying, and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, you suffer being righteous, keeping the laws of the Most High, happy are ye. We just read about Satan, the devil, the dragon, coming down on those that keep the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High, and the true testimony of Mashiach Yahushua. So we say, but if you suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. And be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. So don't be troubled. Don't be afraid of their terror. Don't be troubled. Look at 1 Peter 4 and 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you. See, you understand this. Hold that. Get Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 4. Ecclesiasticus 4 and 1. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. Salakia. Let's try that first. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. Remember he said, hey, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Most High told us in Ecclesiastes 2 and 1, my son or daughter, if thou come to serve the Most High, prepare thy soul for temptation. So you come to serve the Most High, prepare. That's very important. You should underline that word. Because you're getting a preparation already. In learning these scriptures, these precepts, and these topics, you getting it. So it's a matter of, are you studying? Are you really trying to be approved unto the Most High by studying? Rightly dividing the word of truth through the precepts? Because they say, my son, if y'all come to serve the Most High, prepare. Prepare yourself. Thy soul, your body, for temptation. Prepare yourself for the devil. Like Shai, he fasted 40 days and 40 nights. Who was messing with him? The devil. Set thy heart aright, set your mind aright, and constantly endure. And make not haste in time of trouble. But he said, hey, you're going to have trouble, but don't run. Don't make haste. Don't run in time of trouble. Cleave unto him. Cleave unto the Most High. Get closer to him. Get deeper into this word. Get deep into your studies. And depart not away. Don't depart away from the Most High. That thou mayest be increased. Hear that? Increase at thy last end. Not decrease, but increased at thy last end. See, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. Hear that? Take cheerfully. What we going to see? And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. You got to be patient. So going back to 1 Peter 4 and 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial that you prepare yourself for the temptation. For the tempter when you come to serve the Most High, which is to try you. To try you. You're being tried. As though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice, insomuch as ye are partakers of Mashiach h.o.i.'s, Mashiachim sufferings. See? That when his glory shall be revealed, when he come and break through the fourth dimension and come with his holy angels, ye may be glad, happy, also with exceeding joy. A lot of happiness. That's what he's saying. With exceeding joy. He's telling us.